Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. So in this video, we're going to be doing chapter 5, verse 20, and this one seems to be very, um, uh, according to both, these few verses seem to be very talking a lot about Brahman, about the impersonalist aspect of equanimity, of not having not being happy or sad no matter what happens around you, just taking everything as is. It's so difficult to do, my goodness, but yeah, just taking everything as is, and just going for it, just going, being steady of mind. Um, so let's sing this verse together. It's a little bit difficult to sing, but let's sing it together. न प्रहृष्येत् प्रियं प्राप्य नोद्विजेत् प्राप्य चाप्रियं स्थिरबुद्धिरसम्मूढो ब्रह्मविद् ब्रह्मणि स्थितः. Okay, I sang the whole thing without faltering. Good. Okay. So, the translation is a person who neither rejoices upon receiving something pleasant nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self intelligent, who is unbewildered, who knows the science of God, is already situated in transcendence. So, word by word, na prahrishit priyam prapya, never rejoicing on achieving the pleasant, no dvijot prapya chapriyam, nor does not become agitated udvijet prapya on obtaining also aprapriyam, the unpleasant. So pleasant is priyam, apriyam is unpleasant. So you just add if you want to make it the opposite in Sanskrit. Sthira buddhir, so basically neither rejoices on achieving the pleasant nor becomes agitated on obtaining the unpleasant. Sthira buddhir. Sthir is fixed, buddhi is intelligence. So fixed intelligence, self-intelligence, asamudha, unbewildered, Brahmavid, one who knows the Supreme perfectly, Brahmani in the transcendence is situated. So, yeah, the Brahman, Brahma and Brahmani are very contextual words in Sanskrit, and they're used in all kinds of ways. But the person who is never who does not become happy on achieving something, nor does he become unhappy on not achieving something. That person is unbewildered, he is intelligent, and who knows the Supreme perfectly. He's situated in transcendence, and he knows the Supreme perfectly. Sthir buddhi, steadiness of mind or self-intelligence, never bewildered. This knowledge elevates him to the station of knowing the complete science of absolute truth. Absolute truth, he is defined here, Prabhupada, as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. There are three things, I've talked about it multiple times. So, absolute truth is knowing these three aspects of God, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. And so he knows his constitution position perfectly well without trying to become one with Supreme. This is called Brahman realization or Krishna consciousness. And so here, this section of this verse neither rejoices in pleasure nor so I've done this vipassana meditation, the 10-day meditation that is free to attend, and you can donate afterwards if you want to. I did this in 2014. I've been wanting to do that since then so many times. I really want to do that. And the word that they kept using, it's meant it's by I don't know, Swami Goenka, what I'm not sure how to address him, but yes, so he kept talking about equanimity. I mean, he was on, I don't think he's alive anymore, but his audios were the ones that were playing in the meditation hall. So it was a silent retreat. We're not talking to anybody for 10 days. We're not making eye contact, like nothing, and we just go there and we meditate 13 hours a day. 3 hours are fixed meditation times in the hall, and then the rest we can do in our rooms or in the hall, depending on how we want to do it. So yes, in the vipassana, entire conversation was all about not feeling happy nor feeling sad. It was about removing emotions completely from the equation. And now afterwards, just a few months ago, I learned the huge difference between Vipassana meditation and the bhakti path that I've been on. And that bhakti, okay, so when I was doing that Vipassana, I was like, I don't want to not feel happiness. I want to feel happy. I don't, so I rejected it and I didn't do it fully. So I didn't get to the last phases. I got to quite in-depth phase, but I didn't get to the very last phases that people were getting to. And that's because I kept rejecting. I was like, I want happiness. I don't want this steadiness of mind. I want happiness, which is, it's great that I'm reading this right now because I'm understanding both aspects of it. And I mean, Gita, of course, is going to talk about the bhakti, and I'm really, really excited to get to that stage. But what I learned from somebody who I was talking to a few months ago was that bhakti is all about emotions, and it's all about achieving that bliss, achieving ecstasy. So you do feel happy because you are allowing your emotions there. It's just that you're redirecting your emotions from being happy for yourself and for your own ego satisfaction, which does not really give happiness anyways, because it's just impermanent happiness, right? It's identifying with this material body, and anything that is an material. There's this verse in chapter 2, I believe, or yeah, anything that is real is not permanent. Anything that is real is permanent. Anything that is unreal is not permanent. Anything that is material is not permanent. Anything that is spiritual, like that is permanent, eternal. It cannot be changed. So anything that we feel, all of this joy that we're trying to feel because, oh, this person likes me, this person doesn't like me, or I achieved this, or I got this money, or I got this relationship, or I got this whatever, all of this is impermanent. All of this is material. All of this is going to change. Everybody knows that it's going to change. Nothing is permanent, right? But nothing is permanent in this material world. In the divine, it is permanent. So that bliss that we're trying to achieve, these emotions, it's good for us to be in this vipassana mode where we're saying that we're not affected by anything material. But we do want, the difference between bhakti and the vipassana is that in bhakti we want to feel emotions. It's just that we want to redirect those emotions of love for God, for Krishna. And so when we do that, then we feel that ecstasy as well. We feel the ecstasy and love from God. In the Brahman aspect, in the impersonalist view, we don't feel anything. We just feel peace. And so we know the truth. We know that we know part of the absolute truth because Brahman is part of the absolute truth. It is one of the three parts of absolute truth. The next is Paramatma and then Bhagwan. So we do know the part of the absolute truth. So it is definitely getting us somewhere. It is getting us way better, way better than we are at the material nature. It's just what I've heard is that once you get to that Brahman place, it's more difficult to go to the Bhakti place from there. So when we're here, if we directly take the path, we have to choose a path. We have to choose a path of Brahman, or we have to choose like impersonalism, or we have to choose a path of Bhakti. And they're very, very different paths. So we do have to make that choice. We can't not make that choice. Because I mean, any step we take, it's going to be in some direction, whether we like it or not. It's going to be in a direction, and depending on that direction, we can change the direction. But if we keep going in that direction, we're going to end up at a different place than if we go to a different direction. So the direction makes a huge difference, and any step we take, we will be taking in a direction. So we are making a choice. We're choosing one thing over another. So the question is, which path do we choose? And do we choose this path which the 520 is talking about, of being fixed intelligent, self-intelligent, and of having firm understanding of divine knowledge, and not being upset or happy about these different situations around us, which we don't want to be upset or happy about material situations around us, but we do want, like it's your call basically. Do you want to be completely equanimous and just be peaceful and not feel any emotions about anything at all? Or do you want to feel emotions for God, feel an immense ecstatic amount of love for God, and feel an immense ecstatic amount of love from God, for God and from God, so that way it's an exchange. Okay, that's it for this verse. We will do chapter 5 verse 21 in the next video. Wish you a day filled with spiritual growth. Radhe Radhe.